In example 9.3.4, we are looking at NBA data from the 2010 to 2011 season. Two of the variables in the data set are the number of field goals attempted and the number of field goals made. We have a bunch of output from the computer for fitting a line to predict number of field goals made based off of number of field goals attempted, and we can assume that the necessary conditions hold so that we can do inference procedures. Part A, we're asked, is the number of field goals attempted a good predictor of the number of field goals made? So if we want to look to see if we'd have a significant relationship in the population, we can check either our p-value for our f-test or our p-value for our t-test of slope, and we've mentioned that those are equivalent tests. So we can see that the p-value is less than 0.0001, so probably close to 0 for looking at either of those. So that would suggest that we have a significant linear relationship between these two variables in the population. We're also asked to find and interpret r squared. So using the fact that we can get r squared as our ratio of a couple sums of squares, we can pull those out of our ANOVA table. Our sums of squares regression is the good sums of squares, and then we divide that by the total. And so I've written those down here. If you divide the sums of squares regression over sums of squares total, we get 0.9389. This number will always be between 0 and 1. So we can say 93.89% of the variation in field goals made is explained by the linear model with predictor field goals attempted. And that is very good. That's pretty close to 1. So this data fits well to this line and has a strong fit. Then if someone had 1,000 field goals in a season, how many field goals would you predict them to make? So if we look up here at our estimates and our coefficients box, we have an intercept of negative 5.568 and a slope of 0.471. So then we can plug in our x value we're given of 1,000, and we would predict with 1,000 attempts that the individual would make 465.432. On the next page then, in the next video, what we will do is look at finding some prediction and confidence intervals using this value of y hat.